Hello. Today's letter comes to us from Forrest, who writes, Dear Brother Ron, the Bible says there is a God in everybody. But I ask this question in response. Which God or gods? The Bible says in 2 Corinthians 4:4, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them. I could go on and on for at least 30 or 40 verses, but I do not think that you would want that. If we had the light of God in us, then we surely would not be making him do a bunch of horrible things to himself, would we? Think about it. One cannot have both the Spirit of the Almighty and the spirit of the devil in him or her at the same time. Well, dear Forrest, we do indeed have the Spirit of the Almighty in us. Unfortunately, it is very easy to let the cares and temptations of this world overwhelm the voice of God. Satan has declared himself the king of worldly pleasures and concerns. When he was tempting Jesus in the wilderness, he said in Matthew 4:8, Again the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them. Matthew 4:9 says, And saith unto him, All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Unfortunately, many ignore the voice of God and succumb to the siren call of the tempter. You are wrong, Forrest. Since we are both spirit and flesh, we do have both the Spirit of the Almighty and the devil in us always. It is our responsibility to choose wisely which voice we follow. We find this not only in Christianity, but in Islam as well. Since 9/11, all Americans are familiar with the term jihad. Most people think this refers to the war between Islamic nations and Christian nations. But the Quran talks about both an external jihad and an internal jihad. This internal jihad is the struggle between our spiritual nature and the desire for sensual gratification. According to the Quran, the internal jihad is by far the more difficult of the two. From my personal experience, I would have to agree. Thank you for joining us.